Hello and welcome from Gallery B612. Today we are going to talk about one of our artists from our current show, Asian American and Pacific Islander Art Exhibition. Vian Nguyen is a Bellingham, Washington-based artist and instructor at Western Washington University. Vian's artworks reflect her own experience as a second-generation Asian American and the relationship between Western culture and the experience of her multi-generational Vietnamese American family. Many of Vian's recent artworks reflect her own grieving process after the loss of her mother in 2021. The first artwork we will be looking at today is titled In Reach of You. In Reach of You is a poignant painting that captures the intimate dialogue of grief, intertwined with the artist's evolving means of communication with her late mother. As she grapples with death for the first time following her passing in 2021, she finds herself navigating a new language of mourning. Each element of this artwork portrays a distinct avenue through which she reaches out to her mother, adorning herself with cherished jewelry, reaching out with her hands but knowing she will not feel her mother's in her own, and conveying thoughts through the symbolic language of flowers placed on her mother's resting place. We're going to take another look at a second artwork by Vian Nguyen. This is another artwork that deals with grief. In Vietnamese culture, a shrine is erected to honor departed family members. To pay respects or commemorate their memory, offerings such as fruit are presented. Vian's father planted a persimmon tree for her mother when she was younger, knowing it was the family's favorite fruit. Now, every persimmon season, he places them reverently before her mother's picture as an offering. I really enjoy this artwork in several ways, but especially the fact that the persimmon itself is cut in half, floating mysteriously in the center of this picture, filled with rice. We are wondering, why is it there? Why is the persimmon shown in this way? And it's all set in this gray background that makes us wonder what the setting actually is. Now we're going to look at one more artwork by Vian Nguyen. This artwork is titled Rice House. As someone living between two cultures, the artist has become observant of social and cultural differences within race and gender. Through her perspective as a second-generation female Asian American, her work is an examination of growing up in the suburbs. With the current racial politics, she and many others have become confronted every day with the systemic racism in our country. With this, she is reminded of the pressures that her immigrant parents placed on her siblings and herself, to conform to the social norms, to not stand out, to seem more different than they already were from their community. She questions the societal norms and ideals that her parents hoped she would assimilate to. The artist says that Rice House depicts the pressures she put on herself to keep her Asianness in when growing up young in the suburbs. I love the sense of this artwork, the rice just pouring out the windows, coming out the front door. Even though it's stationary, there's really a sense of movement, and we get the sense that we are experiencing Vian Nguyen's experience as a youth growing up in the suburbs. These artworks are available to look at and view and buy at Gallery B612 through May 23rd. Please come visit us in person, and to stay up to date on current events, please subscribe to our mailing list.